Have you ever found yourself trying to access important data only to realize you're stuck within the confines of your React components? It can be a real headache, right? If that's you, then you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into how to access MobX state outside of React components. I totally get it. You want to use your MobX store for user authentication data, but the thought of stepping outside the inject and observer pattern can feel risky. You're not alone in this concern. Many developers face similar dilemmas. Here's the specific question we're addressing today. One user asked, how can I access MobX state for functions outside of React components? They want to run an authentication function that relies on MobX data. Sound familiar? Let's explore this together. So, what's the deal with accessing MobX state outside of React? While it's possible, it's important to understand the implications. You might lose some of the reactivity benefits that MobX offers when you step outside the component structure. And stick around. I have a crucial tip at the end that will help you make the most of your MobX store while keeping your code clean. To access MobX state outside of React components, the user should first ensure that the MobX store is properly set up and exported. This allows the store to be imported wherever needed. Next, the user can import the MobX store into the function where they want to access the authentication data. This is crucial for performing any logic based on the observable state. Now the user can access the observable data directly within their function. They should ensure that any logic they implement reacts to changes in the MobX state appropriately. Finally, the user should consider the implications of accessing MobX state outside of React components. While it is possible, they should ensure that their application remains reactive and that they handle state changes appropriately. Fun fact, MobX was inspired by the concept of reactive programming, which means it can automatically track changes and update your UI. It's like having a personal assistant for your data. Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. One alternative approach is to initialize your MobX store and pass it to a helper class. This way, you can maintain a reference to the store and its observables without repeatedly passing it around. In the helper class, you can then use the store to perform actions or modify observables as needed. This keeps your code organized and efficient. Here's the tip I promised. Always consider the trade-offs of accessing MobX state outside of React. If you find yourself doing this often, it might be worth reevaluating your component structure. And there you have it. You can now access MobX state outside of React components while being mindful of the implications. If you found this video helpful, hit that subscribe button for more tips, and don't miss our next video where we dive deeper into MobX best practices.